Alright, part 6. Just killed the jumbo puff. I've got like no health potions left.
Ah, see that e-waste? Always handy.
A little background music.
Look at that plastic scrap, just waiting for someone to do something with it. Chop it up. Cutting edge. Itchy trigger finger. Right in the face. It's starting to add up. That's not too bad. The Tree of Life still stands. Question is, for how long? Tough like steel.
heat zone.
This area is blazing hot. You'd better have something that'll keep you cool if you're going in. It's quiet here. Too quiet? Spot that fixer-upper? Got to be something worthwhile in it.
What? Use an attribute.
Says there's an interesting place nearby that no one knows about, but doesn't really want to talk about it. Untended, the world will go under with time. Understands... Says there's an interesting... Not sure if you're likable enough to be let in on it. Says you look trustworthy. Might as well tell you where it is. Thrilled you finally met Gizmo. Says pay attention to him. He's a... Wouldn't be... Says they have a larger-than-life furry friend who made a terrible... It wanted to take a bath to clean up. However, choosing a pool of... Only a giant brush will make it clean. Figures the friend will know best, so find him... Claims you what? Just be sure. Thinks of... Says... Click is one of those. He wants to unlock every door. If he wants to do that before the doors are all gone, he'd better hurry. Figures if they knew that, they'd be open. Says if you want to find Click, you should look for him, well... Events. He's in even more of a hurry than you are. Thinks that's something he'd be best at help. Seeing you always brings them a toothy smile. Tells you not to forget that their slimed friend needs that big brush. Seeing you always brings them a toothy smile.
I mean, that guy's dead.
Treasure the coming day. The world doesn't have so many anymore.
Oh, can I not get to it?
Found a motor juice station. Still the best place to search for go juice.
Gosh darn it. I'm dead. No. Well, we ain't doing that yet. That's kind of crazy.
You have all the bits you need. Thought you were smart enough to know better than to try to save things. Seeing you always brings them a toothy smile. Tells you not to forget that their slime...
Where's this
Seeing
brush
you always brings them a toothy smile.
Yeah, I don't know where to... Supposedly, mounts like that can smell fear. Ouch.
Plastic scrap stays forever, but maybe you can make something out of it.
Bruh. Where's the fucking exit? Oh my god.
Thoughts and prayers. Your ears just pooped.
Did you really just spawn me in this? I don't understand why. Whatever. Can't go any further without it. So I'm just gonna die again.
This is called suburbia, a place to get away from the city speed. Slice and dice. Good hit. You can always find some use for rubber scrap. Pow! Hey, nice shot. Shot.
There's just so many enemies here. I don't even care about them. No, whatever. I'm leaving.
Good ride long. Tell it, no biting. The yerp fields, where the echo of your actions resounds clearer than any. That's an aurora totem. Legend has it that activating the four of them together will form a band of your aura in the sky. There it is, the tree of life. The idea that all life is related by... The tree's great branches were once budding twigs, a connection between the past, present, and future. A representation of all extinct and living species with its ever-branching and beautiful ramifications. We are an evolution of those that came before. Some rubber scrap got uncovered over there. This one is Bang Shelter 8F. Wonder how long they held out here. It's a cold zone. Even a thick coat of fur is enough to keep you warm here.
A lot of places you can't go.
That's some sharp wood scrap there. Watch for splinters. Let's see. It's a place well hidden. It's just below the above.
Oh, it's one of those things that the humans made to get off the earth. The heck?
Atu awa ya idoledrea ya maoloa.
Out of Date's impressed you made it this far, but there's still so much left to do. The end of the world is still on everyone's minds.
Maoya.
You've beaten a path where you have the power to destroy or save everyone. Question is, what you'll do with that responsibility.
Ba lo yuano. Fofo umba bagua papamu.
He can sense that your heart beats steadily and acknowledges that the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others.
Tolu keta ya wawanawe.
Thinks it's important that you remember who you are and where you came from. Someone without knowledge of their history and origin is like a tree without roots. It's important to stay grounded. You share the same fate as the tree. Out of Date says there's a time for everything. And now there's no use thinking of the past, for it's gone.
Miami.
Think of the present, because that's where you are. It's time to set your priorities as the one who completes things. If you continue to do good, good will follow you.
Miami.
If the world really does end, there won't be anywhere to run. So, he's prepared for the worst. Something he calls the Ark.
Pa, wherefore, where?
Two sides to everything, but for him it would be devastating if you were forced to use the Ark to escape while the world crumbled.
Momomboso?
Out of Date says there's no clear record of the chain of events that changed the course of history and brought the world to its knees. He's found evidence on the Ark, records of a crisis, decades of contamination that permeated the ground and broke its inner core. The contamination disrupted what we now know as Ki energy, the life force that runs through all things, living and inanimate. He's been told the blight affected everything at a genetic level and turned our perception of normality on its head.
Fabobe, mok kofar, valu alu herua.
It was only those that changed that avoided extinction, proving that the possibility for survival and renewal was real.
Iatu yao mawa, kabobe farhi.
He understands you are curious about the ship at the foot of the tree. He says it surfaced when the oil broke through the ground.
Loma utulu, ba yowo.
The Ark predates the back-in days, and now, after years of study of the manuals he found inside, he believes he's figured the ship out.
Kabobe farhi.
The Ark has room for 4 more, and he trusts you'll apply wisdom to your compassion and choose whom to save if the world comes to end.
Tulua ba volua yetu korebui.
He'll keep the seats open, and you are free to invite up to 4 others to join you in the Ark, in the event of a cataclysm.
Tolua no toloka vunko vunturpo.
Out of Date says that from what he's heard, you've been busy.
Ayamu aya.
He says he appreciates what you've done so far, but unfortunately he's got urgent news from his friend Goop in the southeast.
Tamuk gabamuktab mao toliawahu.
Out of Date says that even though he's unsure about your intentions, he hopes you'll support Goop. That's the sound of impending doom. Out of Date's premonitions of imminent disaster are true. The Porkypuff needs to be handled.
Shintwata moti huasa.
Out of Date says that Goop is worried now that the Southeast World Eater is stepping up its activity.
Beboko kontabe kuchai. Hifar befarbe.
He explains that Goop is working on a goo-gliding vessel in order to get to the World Eater, but needs help to get it.
The wata koibe o korfabe.
Out of Date suggests that you should head southeast as fast as possible and see what you...
Come reaper.
He wonders what's on your mind.
Koibe o korfabe.
Understands you have things to do. Let's see.
Got a lot of quests.
try not to get turned around in the dark.
Hey, what does Gizmo want? The rocket is not here anymore. That's weird.
He's helped out of date to get the Ark hardware restored. There's just some wiring left to do before the vessel's ready for takeoff. He just needs to reroute the excessive high spark to run through the proper plug in the system so it won't break the path if it blows. Gizmo isn't sure you'll need to make use of the Ark, though. It looks like your efforts to save the tree and the world are paying off. He knows your good-hearted nature means you won't leave him behind, but you need to work on yourself if he's going to be isolated with you in the Ark. There are things you don't see eye to eye on.
What?
It's not that he doesn't care about others, but the fact that the Ark only has 4...
So, what we have here is an opportunity to help your next. There's a seat open on the Ark should you want to offer it as a gesture of appreciation.
Well, I'm not gonna decline it. He's gonna help on it. He's helping build it, so... Yeah,
Why? You don't need anyone else but yourself and me, of course, but I'm a part of you, so that doesn't count.
If you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go further, go together. The only one we'd want to get away quickly from here is darkness.
But you know you can't go on without me. Even if I'm bad company, I complete you.
I think we can finally agree on something. It is better to be alone than in bad company. But best of all is being good company yourself.
He's been thinking this whole thing with the Ark through and has decided he won't be joining you. First off, he isn't 100% sure he's got the wiring right, and really, he doesn't think he can stand being in that enclosed space with you for long. Gizmo will always make time for you.
Okay, whatever.
Understands completely.
Not my problem. If you wanna die, die.
This story is as powerful as you'll let it be. Feeling stronger every day. This corner of the world is called Bricktown. You need to get the pegs lined up to get the clothes soaker rolling. You really put a spin on it.
Ooh. Rarity 4. $13, $26, $16. And a critical chance. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Let's see.
That wasn't a Zapubler. Where is that?
There's a change in the air. Feels like daybreak. Toxanol was something called a corporate juggernaut, and our world still bears the marks of the massive ecological catastrophes they inflicted upon the land. The apocalypse they caused was the end of days for their world. But for us, it was simply a beginning.
Oh yeah, that's where that monster was.
I don't think you could make a home here. It's Peekaboo Park. Young ones love this sort of place. Sharp steel. That's the good stuff. That hurt 'em. This one seems to be in good spirits despite being... Asks you to do the right thing for the sake of your conscience. It's only through your inner conflict you're held accountable for your... is great.
Light instantly banishes dark.
How much light do you really need?
All the light, all of it!
I mean, you could leave a little space for the dark.
All the light.
Go make the most of the day. That's a Myriad tribe outpost. The deep cut. Blasting everything to bits. A quick end. That's just awful. Watch your step around here. So many trees in this region.
Here we go. Nice. Good date, not yet.
That there's Subnautica Station. Goop flounders around in there.
Yang aji tahu ting makan balik kawai dah.
Gulpo ain't the easiest tongue, but I think he says he's happy to see a friendly face. Not too many of those around these days.
Kata miwanya.
Says it's good to see you again. He's Goop. You might remember him from the old days when he tried to teach you how to swim.
Rakia makan balik.
Goop says you were always so righteous as a child, and he can still feel it, even at a distance. Goop says memories fade surprisingly fast. We are all pieces of what we remember. It's only together we can remember the story as it was.
Rakia.
He knows he's easy to remember. There's no one out there as cuckoo as him. He's one of a kind.
Wanaptaku.
Goop says our memory keeps things for us and protects them until we are ready to face them again.
Wanaptaku.
He understands you've returned to face Lupa Lupin. That's the destiny you've been carrying within yourself all these years.
Yang
He says that the catastrophe back then didn't vanquish the good in you. It's still there, as bright as when you were a child.
ya tu kuwila.
Now the time has come for you to remember and act. Your life is your life, not the story you're told about it.
Yang
He thinks that's the right thing to do. It's only when you have forgiven that you'll find peace.
The light shines on.
Better isn't the word I would use.
Right, not better. Best.
You're the worst.
The worst of being the worst. We're just the best.
Afanya.
Says life on the goo is wide open. You have so many choices of where to go. Some harder than others, of course. Which kind do you like?
The hard way, I guess.
Hit the open surf then. The trouble is you can only rely on yourself.
Afanya tuanaku.
Can hardly believe the world is going to make it. Wonders what.
Rapiki afanya.
Thanks you for doing everything you could to de-goop the surf. Thinks the Myriad made a good match with you. You're both like sunshine on the surf. Never seen any brighter. Shine. But hey, back to the goo. Knows yesterday is already gone. It's what you do today and tomorrow that'll move you forward. You need to set the past aside, at least for now.
There's a lot of repetition in
He
the
can't leave the Subnautica
dialogue.
station, as the pollution has worn down the insulation of his suit. So you must salvage enough scrap to fix up his goo glide, starting with the old wreck box outside. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the goo glide strong enough to fight the Porky Puff. You're lucky that way. There's still cargo left on the shores from before the apocalypse. His best guess is a power tanker hit a reef and went under.
Let's see.
There's no time to look back. Too busy moving on.
Yeah, it's been an hour. I don't want it to make it any longer, so see you soon in the next video.